Let us see how we can delete and trim the sketch entities. Using delete segment tool, we can trim the sketch entities which is extending beyond the intersection point. As you see here, figure 17 shows the two sketches which is intersecting, and you can see there is a small portion which is extending beyond the intersection point. So if you want to delete this only the extending portions, we can trim that using this delete segment tool. And using this delete segment tool, we can even delete the particular selected entities. And using this corner tool, we can trim two entities at their corner or at their intersection point. And using the divide tool, we can divide the single entities into multiple entities based on the dividing point. So let us go back to Creo. So here you can see there is two sketch as we have seen in figure 17, which are intersecting to each other. And here we have a tool for, we have all these three options: delete segment, corner, and here we have divide. So by clicking on delete segment, you can see we can just trim this extending portions. As I move the cursor, you can see it keeps highlighting the portion which will be deleted based on the click. So just select the unwanted portions. For example, let me click on this entity. You can see so that extending sketch entity has been trimmed based on this vertical line. And again, if I click on this, you can see the other extending sketch is also being deleted. And let us go back to the previous stage just by pressing the Ctrl Z, and here we have a corner option. So just click on corner option. Here we need to, as we discussed, we can trim two sketch entities based on their intersection point. Here just let me select this and this. So you can see the sketch has been trimmed about their corner or about their intersection point. So whichever the sketch portions which was extending beyond the intersection points has been trimmed by using this corner tool. And using this divide tool, so we can trim, as we discussed, we can convert the single entities into multiple entities, or we can divide single entities into multiple entities based on the dividing point. So here you need to choose the dividing point so that about that point the entities will be splitted, for example, or divided. So let me choose one point here and just use my middle mouse button. So here you can see it has added one more dimensions. And as you just move your cursor near the line sketch entities, you can see it is keep highlighting. It is highlighting as the different entity now. So this way we can trim the sketch entities about their intersection point. And using the delete segment, we can just delete the sketch entities. If you want to delete the particular sketch entities, just click on delete segment and click the particular sketch entity which you want to remove. You can see as you just click, that particular sketch segments are deleted. And let us see how we can mirror the sketch entities. So we can mirror the sketch entities about the center line using this mirror tool. So let us go back to Creo. So here let me draw a center line first. So about the center line, whatever the sketch we create on one side can be mirrored to the other side. So let me draw a section as I need it. You can draw a horizontal line, vertical. So you can draw any sketch sections as needed. So once the sketch has been done, and here we have a mirror option, and you can see this is not enabled as of now. The reason is, first we need to select the sketch entities which we want to mirror, so that then the mirror option will be enabled. So just using a region selection, you can select the sketch entities which you want to mirror, and now you can see the mirror option is enabled. So just click on this mirror, and Creo will ask you to choose the center line about which all the sketches has to be mirrored. So just select the center line, and you can see the sketch entities are mirrored to the other side. And as you observe here, you can see the symmetric constraint is applied automatically. So whatever the changes will be done on one side or to the parent sketch, the same will be updated in the other side. So this is the beauty of mirroring the sketches. So any complex shapes can be mirrored using this mirror tool. So let us see how we can insert these standard sketches and also some of the user defined sketches. So I can go back to Creo. So let me delete the sketch entities. And here we have a sketch palette option wherein we have some of the standard shapes which can be inserted into our sketch. So just you can click on this palette, and here you can see this is a sketch palette dialog box, and here you can see there are tabs like polygons, profiles, shapes, stars, under which there are some standard sketches readily available which can be inserted into our sketch. So you can see under polygon we have 3-sided triangle, 4-sided triangle, 5-sided pentagon, 6-sided hexagon. Under profiles you can see we have C profiles, I profiles, L profiles. Under shapes you can see we have cross, oval, we have even rounded rectangular. Under stars we have 3-tip star, 4-tip star, and also 5-tip star. So there are a lot of standard sketches available here. So just if you click on the particular sketch which you want to insert, here you can see the preview of it, and if you want to insert that into the graphics area, you can just double click the particular section and you can click where you want to place the sketch. So just click somewhere on the screen, and here you can see it has placed that particular shape into our drawing. And here you can, if you want to rotate this particular sketch about the point, you can specify the rotation angle here. So as you enter the value and click on enter, you can see that particular sketch is rotated. And if you don't want to rotate it, you can just keep it as it is. And here you can specify the scale value. Suppose if you want scale up or scale down this particular sketch, so you can enter the value. As you enter the value, you can see it is the scale of this particular section is enlarged now. So if you enter the value below the value what was it displaying, so you can reduce the scale of this particular sketch entities. So this way we can enter the standard shapes. So whatever the sketch we have, we will be able to insert this under profile. Suppose if you want to insert the C profile, and there are two ways to insert the sketch into our drawing. Either you can double click and click on the screen, or even you can just select the particular cross section which you want and you can drag and drop it into the window. You can click, and here you can see the C section has been inserted, and here as we discussed you can enter the rotation angle if you want to rotate it, and here you can enter the scale factor value if you want to rotate it. So just after entering the values you can click here, you can click OK. So you can see here it has automatically added the dimensions and the constraints. So if you want to change the shape, so you can edit these dimensions at any time. So let me delete this, and here you can see we have one more tab. So this is my working directory folder. So you can see if I click on that, here it lists the sketches whatever I have in my working directory. So if you want to add your particular sketch into the sketch palette, so you can create that sketch and you can save that file as a sketch file inside your working directory, so that you can just drag this and drop into this graphics area, so that you will be able to add your own sketches to your sketches, so that you can avoid recreating that particular sketches again. So you can just drag the sketch and you can drop it. So you can see here as we discussed, you can enter the scale value and rotation angle, and also you can click on OK, so that particular sketch will be inserted. So once you inserted the sketch, you can close this sketcher palette dialog box. So this way we can add the some of the standard sketches and also our user defined sketches into the different sketches when we work with the sketcher mode. So let us discuss about the drawing display options. So zoom in tool is used to enlarge the drawing view in the display, and zoom out tool is used to reduce the drawing view in the display, and refit tool is used to reduce or enlarge so that the complete sketch entities will fit into the screen, and repaint tool is used to remove some of the unwanted informations. For example, when we work with complex sketches, there will be too many sketches, too many constraints, too many dimensions. Sometimes when we delete particular dimension or constraints, even though the constraints or sketches will be deleted, the display still it will be displaying those constraints. So by clicking on this repaint, you can remove that kind of unwanted portions. So it is a kind of regenerating tool in the sketcher mode. And using the sketcher display filters, you can control the display of sketcher components. Sketcher components are nothing but like whatever the items we create inside the sketch is called sketcher components. For example, when we work with sketcher mode, there will be a lot of sketch entities, there will be a lot of dimensions, constraints will be there. Suppose I want to hide or display of all the constraints, I can just do this using this display sketcher display filters. Suppose I just want to hide the display of all the dimensions, so I can just click the dimensions under the sketcher display filters, so that all the dimensions will be temporarily hidden from the display. So let us see how we can do this in Creo. So let us go back to Creo. So here we have an option for zoom in. So just click on zoom in, and you can choose the region which you wanted to enlarge, and you can see. So if I just click, I can specify the zoom area, so you can see that particular region is enlarged in the display. And by clicking on the zoom out, you can just reduce the display of this drawing area. And by using this refit, right now we don't have any sketch informations to just check with the refit. So just by clicking on this refit, you can see all the sketch entities will come and fit into the screen, so that we can view the sketch properly. And here we have our sketcher display, sketcher filters. So when I just click on this select all, so you can see I'm able to see all this. Just uncheck this box, you can see will not be able to see any of the sketch dimensions or constraints. So for example, now I can click on this display dimensions, so you can see only the dimensions are displayed here. So just by clicking on this display constraints, so you can see now all the constraints are displayed in the sketches. So this way you can, so again if I click on display dimensions, you can see we can toggle the display of sketch dimensions. And by clicking on this display verts, so you can toggle between the display of vertices. So you can see here the vertices is displayed now. If I just uncheck this box, you can see the vertices are hidden now. So this way we can just control the display of the sketcher components using the sketcher display filters. Next, let us work on few projects wherein we are going to apply the sketcher tools whatever we learned so far. So let us begin with project 1. In this project we are going to create the sketch for creating the part which is shown in figure 19, and figure 20 shows the sketch of this particular model and its respective dimensions. So the following steps are to be followed to complete this project. So first we need to launch Creo Parametric session, so that we already launched it. And second is the most important thing is that to set your working directory, so that whatever the sketch we create will be saved in that particular location, so which can be used in the future. And next we are going to draw the lines as shown in figure 22 using the draw lines, or using the line tool. And next step is we are going to create an arc like this, so that we can create the complete look like sketch as shown in figure 24 and 25. So after that we need to convert all the weak dimensions into the strong dimensions, and finally we can add a few dimensions if it is needed. And finally we are going to save and close the file. So we can just go back to the sketch, so wherein we can see the sketch and its dimensions. So let us go back to Creo. So we can start creating a lines as shown in that figure. So I can draw a line, horizontal line, I can draw a vertical line, I can draw a line, and I can draw one more inclined line, I can see, and I can draw the same sections on the other side. You can see as I draw the sketch, it displays the constraint as L and L, so which will make these two vertical lines equal in length. So I can just click the point, and here I can click the line which is horizontal to the other point. I can just click. So you can, so as we create the sketch, as we draw the sketches, it has automatically added the weak dimensions as we discussed in our previous presentations. So next we can draw an arc using this arc tool. I can click the first point and the end point, and you can see it is automatically created the sketch which is tangent to this both lines. So it is tangent to the one line, and you can see So you can see, as you see the sketch, we have created the look like sketches and with the weak dimensions. So as we discussed, now we need to convert these weak dimensions into the strong dimensions. So we can take the dimensions of the sketch from the sketch here. So here you can see we can apply the dimensions as shown here. So let me apply 12 and 6. You can say, I can just double click and you can apply the value as 12, and you can see as we edit the value, it is changing the shape of the sketch. And we can enter the other dimension values. We can go for 3 now. So just edit this dimension and enter the value as 3, and again we can go back to the sketch. So we can add 7. So here you can see the dimension 7 is not added, or the reference is given from somewhere. So you can click on normal, you can add the dimensions from here to here, and you can use your middlemost button to add these dimensions, and we can take the dimension value as 7. So you can just enter the value as 7. So the sketch has been added, and you can enter the radius value as 4 for the arc. So here I can enter the radius value as 4, and we can draw the center line from the midpoint of this line, so if needed. And you can add the dimension from here to the center line is as 6. So you can just delete this. So here, as you can see, this line and this arc are tangent already, so we have to make the other line is also, this line and this arc also, to be tangent in order to create this sketch. So you can just click on tangent constraint, you can click on this line, you can click this arc. So you can see both of the line and arc has become tangent now. So you can see as we converted all these weak dimensions into the strong dimensions. So, and we need to draw one more circle from the center of this arc. You can just draw a circle, and you can take the dimension from your sketch. So it's a dia 5. So you can click on normal, or you can just double click this value and you can enter the value diameter as 5 mm. So you can see, so this completes our project 1. So you can save this particular sketch in your working directory, the name, and you can close this using the close window option. So we have saved the sketch and closed that particular file. So next let us see how we can do the project 2. So here in project 2 we are going to create the sketch for creating the model like shown in figure 27, and in figure 28 shows the sketch and its dimensions to complete this project 2. So let us go back to Creo. You can just draw the lines as shown in the picture using this line tools. First let us create an rectangular with the overall size what has been shown in the present in our sketch. So you can edit these dimensions to the value given in the sketch. So it is 360 by 360. So this is the overall sketch. I can just move the dimensions here and there, and next we are going to draw this line, that is the lines LM. So you can go back to your sketch using this line tool. You can create the lines as shown in the sketch. So it is attached to this particular line. And next, so we are going to create this lines E, F, G, H and J and also D. So you can just using this line tool, you'll be able to create, you can draw the lines as shown in the sketch. You can see as we draw the sketch, it is keep adding the weak dimensions, and also it is adding the constraints. So we can convert all these weak dimensions into strong dimensions by editing that value or adding the new dimensions to the sketch. So the complete look like shape of the sketch has been drawn. So now we can edit the other dimensions for the other entities so that we can complete the sketch. So that you can see here we are going to add the dimension 120 and 50. So you can using this normal tool, or here you can see you can edit this value 100 to 50, or you can see the dimension of it from the sketch, it is 120. So you can add 120, and you can add the vertical height, that is the dimension to the line L, and we are going to add 50 and 140. So I can click on this normal, I can add dimensions from here to here, it is 50, and I can edit this dimension 132 to 140. Can edit the sketch to 140. So we have converted these dimensions into these strong dimensions, so I can move these dimensions away. So next we are going to add dimension as 231. The vertical height of this particular entity is 231, so you can add it. So you can just drag this entity so that the sketch will look like how it is shown in the sketch what we are referencing. So here we can add the dimensions 100 and 50. We can add the dimension by clicking on here. So from here to here it is 100. So you can just double click, you can enter the value as 100, and here you can add this vertical height of this dimension is 50. And here you can see we are going to apply an equal constraint between these two vertical lines, since the height of these two vertical lines are equal. So you can just click on this equal constraint and you can choose these two entities so that you can see this both line becomes equal in length. And here we are going to add angle dimension between these two entities as shown in the sketch. You can click this, you can select this, you can add an angle of 120 degree. And once again here we have a dimension of we have the same angle as 120. Here you can enter the value as 120. So here you can see we have made almost the look like sketches. And now as you see the input sketch, here the sketch is open, and also here we are not having any entity, so we need to trim this unwanted sketch from sketch. So by using this delete segment, you can just select this entity and you can delete these entities, and you need to trim this particular entity. So you can see the sketches almost looks like how it is in the input drawing, and you can see you can delete this 100 reference dimension, so we no need to have the reference dimensions. And here you can see the dimension of the sketch is modified since we have not logged it. So just double click the value sketch and you can enter the value, and if you want to lock it, you can just select and you can right click, you can lock it, so that that particular value will not be edited just by dragging the sketch entities. And if you observe in our input drawing, you can see this line, the lines G and M both are lies in the same point. So here you can just click on coincident constraint, so you can just select these two entities. You can see both the lines have become in one line, and now you can enter the see this dimension 93.23 is modified, so we can go ahead and change that dimension value. So we can just edit this value 93.23 into 50, and you can see, so we have just created the sketch what is needed for create that particular mod. So this completes our project 2. So you can just save this exercise, you can save this project and you can just close it. So this completes our project. So let us go back to our presentation. So this completes our second project, and let us work on project 3. So in this project we are going to create the sketch for the model shown in figure 32, and figure 33 shows the sketch for creating that particular model. And so these are the steps we are going to follow. So first we need to create two circles as shown in figure 34 with two different diameters. Then we need to draw two tangent lines which two lines which will tangent to the two circles as shown in figure 35. So then we will be trimming the unwanted portion of the sketch entities, and finally then we will be converting the weak dimensions into strong dimensions. So that completes our project 3. So let us go back to Creo. So here we have a circle option for creating a circle. So we need to create two circles at different diameters. You can just draw two circles as shown in the picture, and here you can take the diameter values for the circles from the sketch. So first circle to be given with a radius 90 and the second circle to be given with a radius 60. I can go back here. So as you can see, it is displaying the diameter dimension. So just by selecting the dimension, and you can choose convert to radius. So here you can enter the value as 90, and here you can just select it and right click, you can convert the value to the radius value, and you can enter as value as 60, and you can take the distance between these centers from the PDF. You can take the dimension as 200. You can enter the value as 200. So then, as we discussed, we need to draw your lines tangent to these two circles using this line tool. So you can click on this and you can just select the line. So you can see as it applies the T here, it is applying the tangent constraint automatically. You can just click somewhere so that the line becomes tangent to the circle, and again you can click on the line. You can select this line somewhere and you can draw a line which is connecting the other circle. And once again here, by clicking on this tangent option here, you can see you can select the circle and the line, and you can apply this, so the line becomes tangent to the circle. And once again here you can select this line and the circle so that the line becomes tangent to the circle. And using this delete segments, we are going to trim the unwanted sketch portions. So you can see, then we need to draw two more circles with the diameter 120 and the diameter 55. So you can create one more circle from the center of this circle, and you can create one more circle from the center of the second circle, and you can take the diameter value from the sketch. It is 120 and 55. So you can edit the value to 120 and you can edit this value to 55 and enter. So this completes our third project. And next we are going to see how we can print the sketch using the plot option. So you can go back to Creo. So just click on File, you can choose Print, and here under Commands and Settings you can click on Add Printer Type. Here, if your system is connected to a printer, and you can choose the default printer and set that printer as the default printer, and you can click on OK. So right now I'll just cancel it, and by clicking on this configure here, you can just choose the paper size under which it has to be printed. So then after choosing, you can click on OK and then just click. So then by clicking OK, you will be able to print this particular sketch.